Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our unboxing session for the SIPROTEC 5 high-speed busbar transfer device 7VU85. My name is Holger Fese. I will guide you today through our first of 3 sessions about this new member of our SIPROTEC 5 family. In the next minutes, we like to introduce you the new 7VU85 and going to explain you the basics of the high-speed busbar transfer function. Further, we will talk about the typical areas of HSBT applications. This session today is a short introduction followed by 2 further events in June and September. In the next webinar in June, we'll have a deep dive into the technological principles, presenting you the typical applications and solutions of 7VU85 in detail. We will show you the hardware selection with our SIPROTEC 5 configurator, including the function point selection. And we are going to explain the HSBT function and will show you the differences between ATS and HSBT. Finally, in September, we will present you how to test an HSBT device with Omicron relay sim test. Therefore, we have invited an expert from the company Omicron, Mr. Florian Fischer. Okay, that's enough of an introduction. Let's start with the unboxing of our new device. Together with the product manager of the 7VU85, my colleague Sebastian Schneider. Good morning, Sebastian. How are you?
Hello, Holger. I'm fine. I'm a bit excited about the unboxing.
Yeah, but that's clear. It's your baby, your device. Yes. You are the product manager of the 7VU85. But tell us a bit more about you. You are not only responsible for this device, you're also responsible for several other products of our SIPROTEC family.
Yes, of course. So I'm not only the PLM for that device, for that new device, I'm also responsible for transformer protection, generator protection, and power laning device and voltage regulators too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. It's a lot, but when we talk about this device now, what is the technical speciality of the 7VU85 in comparison with the other devices of the protection devices of our SIPROTEC 5 family?
Yeah, well, Holger, so as you can see, we are using the existing established SIPROTEC 5 hardware and firmware platform of this new device. Mm-hmm. New is the HSBT functionality, which fits very well in the SIPROTEC 5 function group concept. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And what are the main tasks of the HSBT function?
Yeah, the main task of the HSBT is that the 7VU high-speed busbar transfer device continuously monitors the voltage on the main incomer, mm-hmm. The motor bus, and the alternative incoming feeder. The functionality automatically disconnects a faulty incomer and transfers bus load to an alternative power source. This ensures an optimum transfer with a minimal impact on the production processes and no risk for damaging electrical equipment. Mm. This feature avoids expensive and unplanned shutdowns.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. But can you also tell us something about the functions and the highlights of the new 7VU85?
Yes, of course. If you have a look here on the slides, you can see the device function of this new device type. So mainly we have the HSBT function implemented on the SIPROTEC 5 platform. We can support up to 20 circuit breaker. We have the automatic load shedding functionality implemented. Then we have the new ultra-fast transfer times of approximately 10 milliseconds for the fast mode. We can add protection functions and control function to that device. On the other hand, we have the modular design, and we have the possibility of modular hardware and software. We have the simultaneous, sequential, and power laning switching mode. Then we have predefined application templates, which make it more easier for you to start the engineering. And in the end, of course, we can add voltage current functionality to that device to have new possibilities for starting transfers.
Okay, now what about the typical areas of application of the application? Where is the HSBT used?
Okay, come to the next slide. And here we see the typical areas of application for HSBT functionality. A high-speed busbar transfer device is typical required where a continuous power supply is required for inductive motor operating critical parts of a production process. This ensures by connecting an alternative incoming feeder in a standby mode. This is often the case in petrochemical, pharmaceutical, data center, hospital, and semiconductor industry with continuous processes, and as well in power generation plants. Come to the next slide. Here you can see the algorithm and how the algorithm is working in different device types. On the top of the table, we see the different transfer modes. And on the left side of the table, we see the sequential transfer and simultaneous transfer. You can combine every transfer mode with the different sequential and simultaneous transfer modes. And in the end, if you want to have a parallel transfer, you can use the synchro check. And on the bottom of this slide, you see how the HSBT fast transfer is working. So that means we are very fast in the fast mode, in the RTFF mode, that means real-time fast mode, and also in the in-phase mode. There we talk about several milliseconds. And if we come to the residual mode and the long-term mode, we talk about the backup transfer. That means this transfer is proceeded with a longer time. When we come to the next slide, we see the functional overview of the HSBT function. Here we can see a typical application in the industry where we have two incomers and one sectionalized busbar. On the right side of these slides, you see that the HSBT function have a readiness or unreadiness check. We have multiple sensitive start types. For example, we decided we make a difference between electrical fault start, non-electrical fault start. We have a function which supervised an inadvertent open start of the circuit breaker. We have the under voltage start, under frequency start, of course. We can start the transfer manually, or we have some additional start types which can be, for example, combined with some protection function, for example, the reverse power protection. So then we have a reliable blocking function for this functionality. If we have a fault on the motor bus, then of course we have settable transfer sequence, sequential transfer, simultaneous transfer, and the parallel transfer. And in the end, we have the fast and safe algorithm for closing the circuit breaker, as I explained in the slide before. So when we talk about the migration part of the HSBT function, we see here the migration part is we are coming from the SIPROTEC 4 device to a SIPROTEC 5 device. So the SIPROTEC 4 device 7VU683 was released in 2011. And now with the 9.30, we released the 7VU85 based on SIPROTEC 5. So the SIPROTEC 4 device is already discontinued. So the last order is in September 2024, and the new device is already available on the market. So with 9.40, we introduced some improvements for the function group circuit breaker without current. We improved also the fault recording, that only the fault recorder is starting for the used transfer directions. And with the 9.60, this is a little bit the outlook here for our 7VU85. We improved the load shedding functionality, and we have the new ultra-fast transfer algorithm. And in the end, with the 9.60, we also implement two new application templates here for these new device type.
Sebastian, great. Really great new features for our new product on the roadmap. At last, can you summarize the benefits of the 7VU85?
Yes, of course I can. Okay, the benefits of the SIPROTEC 5 7VU85 HSBT is that we ensure an uninterrupted power supply. We have a great cost-saving potential in one single device. We prevent motors for large impact current and impact torque. Then we have a better performance. Yeah, that means we have the new ultra fast switching times up to 10 milliseconds with the fast mode. We have the full flexibility with hard and software. That means we support up to 20 circuit breaker, which is very unique in that area. We have predefined application templates, which just make it more easier to start your engineering and to save some time. We have the unified platform, this unified SIPROTEC 5 platform, which guarantees the reliability and stability of the HSBT system. And we have the standardized interface, current, voltage, communication interfaces. And in the end, everything can be parameterized with Dixie 5. So, and the last benefit is the future-proof design. Security, the latest recommendation is implemented. We have the latest generation of the hardware. And of course, this device is process bus ready. Yeah, and I think everything in this device make it more easier to implement such a complicated device in your application. And we have all these advantages from the unified SIPROTEC 5 platform included. And there is not only a technical argument to use that, we are also offering a promotion and sales package for introducing this new device in the market.
Okay, and whom to contact for this package and for the training?
You can contact your sales representative or me in that case, and I will organize, of course, the contact to introduce this new device type in your application and to support you in the beginning with the application, how to select the device and so on.
Okay, great, that's good. So everything on board for the HSBT function.
So Holger, did we have any questions from the audience?
We had. We have some questions, and let's start with the first one. Are there any soft features available in the 7U85 or not?
What does it mean, soft features? So this, we had everything is based on software, of course. So the HSBT functionality is implemented in the SIPROTEC 5 architecture. So that means you implement this functionality in a function group circuit breaker. You have the predefined start types, and you have also the possibility to implement some additional start types. For example, you want to start your transfer with reverse power protection or with under voltage or with some other protection function. You can combine these. This is possible. This is I think the advantages of the SIPROTEC 5 platform, that you can combine everything and create new functionalities and create new triggers to transfer your motor load. Yeah.
Okay. Then, let's see, there's another question. Could we have three-phase voltage PT connection at the line PT side?
Yes, you can. So basically, the three-phase voltage connection is recommended. And I think on the most of the new applications, we will have three-phase CT sets and VT sets, of course. Especially for retrofit applications, we will find face-to-face voltages, single phase. And this is currently possible for the line side, not for the motor bus. So, but in the next release, we also release a version where you have especially the retrofit applications where we have only one VT set on the motor bus. So, and this will come with the next version, I think with the 9.60 or 9.70.
All right, that's great. That's fine. And then let's go to the next question. As we secure the power supply availability, how can we secure the switch to fault risk, especially as in fast transfer mode?
Of course, this could be a reason, but we have also the implement a functionality like a switch onto fault. That means if there is a fault on the alternative in command, we switch on that fault. So at first we have a readiness and unreadiness check. So we're checking that the alternative in comma is fault free. But if there is a fault, yeah, then we immediately trip the breaker. Yeah, and of course, if we have on both in commas a fault, then we have to block the HSBT system. So, and of course, in that case, we lose the motor bus.
Okay, understand. Good. Then we have another question. The first question, we just installed 5 sets of 7VU 683 in this year. How is the availability of 7VU 683? Any spare time and
Yes.
available?
Yeah, this is our discontinuation process, so our phase-out process here. So that means you can order the 7VU 683 until September next year, normal. And then after that, we provide a repair service and a replace service in case of a fault, or in case that the device is broken, then we can offer a special spare part for this device. So, and this is provided for up to 10 years.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Switch onto fault features. Is a feature blocking available?
Yes, blocking features is available. Normally, if you have a fault on the alternative in comma, this in comma is blocked. So that means the HSBT function is not ready to transfer to that in comma. Maybe if we have a more complicated application, then we can provide it that this application will transfer to another in comma. But normally, if there's a fault on the alternative in comma, we block the HSBT function.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's another application question. What is the maximum voltage level? Yeah, do we have any applications on 132 kV?
Yeah, it depends on the application. Mainly, a HSBT function is used where we have motors on the bus. Yeah, and this is normally in a medium voltage applications. Of course, we have no limit for any voltage level here, so there is no restrictions. You can use it for 400 kV, but I cannot imagine that we have on that level we have motor or inductive motors on the bus. So, but good. There is no restriction, of course.
Theoretical possible, but not the standard case. Okay. Next question. Could we send the delta U, delta V, and delta V to SCADA via IEC 61850?
Yes, this is possible. So during the development, we keep an eye on all these measuring values, functional values are available. So you can route these functional values to the communication port, and then you can send all these values to the SCADA system, of course.
It's already included in the 61850 communication.
Right.
Good. Is it possible to have multiple automatic transfer attempts similar to RR?
Yes. The structure is of the HSBT function is that you can have multiple transfers. You can have, this is what I explained in my next webinar, so we go a little bit more in deep in the next webinar on that question, but finally you can structure it on different ways. You can have multiple HSBT functions, or you can have multiple transfer directions. So, and this is a little bit the question: how complicated is the application? For example, if you have in this industrial application, you will have multiple feeders and a double busbar application and so on. And therefore, sometimes it makes sense to split it in different HSBT function instead of different transfer directions.
Okay, yeah. And that, as you said, I think this is now the first of our sessions, and in the next you will get much more detailed in the technical details and also in the explaining several applications.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if you have another question, a last question. In comparison to a A8000 solution for HBTS application, what is the advantage of the 7U8?
And this is what you tell a little bit in the beginning. So there is a difference between an ATS system and an HSBT system. An ATS system, automatic transfer system, is normally transferring the load from one in-feed to the other in-feed in several seconds. So therefore, we use this, for example, the sync check functionality. A high-speed busbar transfer system, and this is the different high-speed, we talk about several milliseconds to transfer. Maybe an overlapping transfer, or we have a short interruption, but the interruption is very short. So that means basically for the sequential transfer, you can say break before make. So that means we opening the 40 incomer, and then after a certain time, 10 milliseconds, for example, we closing the alternative incomer. And this is the difference. This is not what the A8000 can provide it. So therefore, we have very fast algorithms implemented, and this, of course, needs to be reliable and, of course, secure. And this is what what the A8000 cannot provide.
Yeah. Okay, that's clear. I understand. So let's say we go through a last question, and then there's another question on the about the IOs. Is it compatible with I24 and IO24? Is it IO24 and IO?
Hey,
this is double. Sorry, with IO24 considering NCIT solution.
Of course, when we talk about the IO240, then we talk about the Rogowski, the GIS Rogowski coil, CT or NCIT from the HV department colleagues, and of course this is already implemented, so this is already available. So and you can add these functionality, or these board to our functionality, and of course these IO240 is measuring the current and the voltages, and clear this can be used.
Yeah, like all our modules can be connected to the main module of the 7VU85.
Would be a very interesting application for me.
Okay, good. But that is something we may talk about next time.
Okay,
good. Then, do we do a last question, and the rest I think will be answered offline. If we have not MV motor with our moment in CL, I cannot understand this in the chambers, but can we use this HSBT application? Yeah, if they don't have motors, yes, it can be also used for other.
This can be used for synchronous motors, for asynchronous motors, and of course, if you have some generators connected on the motor bus, we can also handle these, because if you have a transfer, you have to disconnect the generator first, and afterwards you have to reconnect or resynchronize the generators to the motor bus. So there is no restriction.
Okay, yeah, cool. Last question? Or?
It's okay. I think all the questions can be answered later by me or by my colleague. So I think we will end this session. Thank you very much for attention, and I hope we will meet again in one of the next webinars.
Yeah, and Sebastian, thank you very much for this very interesting unboxing event and the insights about our new 7VU85. And also, I wish you a nice day. Goodbye.